Action.
What's up? It hurts.
Many people might think that all blind people see is black, like what we see when we close our eyes, but this isn't true. I have poor vision, and I always thought blind people saw a more extreme version of what I see when I'm not wearing my contacts. Just a bunch of blurry shapes and colors. And this is actually correct. 90% of blind people do see like this. But it's that other 10% that is really intriguing. You might have heard someone compare total blindness to seeing using your elbow instead of your eyes. It just doesn't work. There's nothing there, and that's exactly what blind people see. Nothing. 10% of blind people don't see anything. They experience an absolute absence of visual feedback. If you ever try to imagine what this is like, you might realize that it's not easy. Understanding and visualizing the concept of nothingness is really the crux of what makes this so difficult. Everywhere you go, there is something. Even in a wide space ahead of you, there's lots of things. There's air, there's vapor, there's other gases. The concept of nothing doesn't really exist in a physical sense. It's only something we can really think about and talk about. And in a blind person's case, they're able to experience it. With few exceptions, everyone has the ability to conjure a mental image in their head. Some can paint more vivid pictures than others, but the majority of people have the ability to do this in some capacity. How would someone with blindness do this? It's like they have paintbrushes and a canvas, but no paint to work with. The truth is, blind people interact with their imagination in the same way that they interact with the real world. They use their other senses. They create a model of something using their memories of its shape and texture and other characteristics to help themselves process thoughts. They have paint to make the picture, they're just missing a few colors. Blue, red, and yellow, the primary colors. With these three, you can create any color in the universe. Or can you? Are there colors that don't exist or have yet to be discovered? Try to imagine a color that you've never seen before. You can't. You can only make colors out of the ones that you already know. It turns out that there is no color that's on another planet that we can't have here on Earth. On Earth, we have the same range of light that is present in the entire universe. However, this doesn't mean that we've seen every color. We aren't able to see the entire spectrum of light. Our eyes can only see light from the range of 400 to 700 nanometers. Outside of this spectrum are the famous colors reddish green, bluish yellow, and of course Stygian blue, a color that is simultaneously blue and black in a way that fatigues our eyes. So there are no colors that don't exist. There are only colors that we as humans can't see. The idea of not being able to see certain colors can be applied to the other senses as well. Not being able to hear certain pitches of sound, smell certain scents, taste certain flavors. Try to imagine what it would be like to be unbarred by all sensory limitations.
Forget everything you know.
The things that I find the most scary is losing your memory or having dementia. Our memories make up the entire content of our character. They steer our lives and make our choices. To be stripped of your memories is to be stripped of your agency and really your life itself. Luckily, at 16 years old, I don't have to worry about losing my memory for a long time. I actually have a very good memory. I can tell you what I did yesterday, what I did a week ago, what I did a year ago, and maybe even 10 years ago. I can tell you the general events that happened at all of those times, but that's just it. I can only remember the general events. What were you doing exactly 1 year ago? Maybe you could take a guess. I was talking to my friend. I was working. Even if your guess was right, could you say what you were talking to your friend about? Probably not. We all try to remember every important moment from our lives. We might forget moments here and there because at the time they just weren't deemed as important. But what if you forgot one of those big moments? What if it just slipped your mind for some reason? Now, you probably didn't, but my point is you can never be 100% sure. As long as there's blank space in your memory, there is the possibility that you are forgetting something big.